This is the Snake River Plains. It's not too far to the mountains of Idaho. You know, you can go 30 miles in several different directions to get into the high country. Idaho's got a strong crop of potatoes every year for sure. Alfalfa, a lot of grains, but dairy's the #1 agricultural product in Idaho by quite a wide margin. Seagull Bay Dairy was built by my parents, Alan and Norma Andersen. Started milking cows here in 1980. Today there's 600 milk cows on this farm with the new parlor that was built in 2015. We also have a second farm about 50 miles west of here where we milk an additional 1,800 cows. We've always focused on the cows. We haven't had a lot of farm ground. We want to do a good job of taking care of the cattle, understanding the cattle, and so milk production's our #1 priority, but the genetics is probably the funnest part for me. The cattle that we're milking now, I'm as happy with them as we've ever been. I think the Holstein breed's making some tremendous progress in the fitness traits to go along with the way they excel in production. That's really the pairing that we've needed, and I've seen a lot of progress. The choice in Holstein breeding and the selection you have for bulls and sires that do what you want, I think it's as good as it's ever been. We have 6 children. Lydia's my oldest, she's 15. My kids, they get the opportunity to work. Lydia, I give her responsibility to keep these bulls growing and healthy, and she's very responsible, and she reports if there's anything abnormal, and so she makes me proud that way.
I like that I've been doing it from a young age, because I liked that when I was little. I loved going to the dairy, and now I get to take my siblings to the dairy, so that's fun.
It's good to work with my kids. It's good that we can spend time together that way. So, you know, having a farm, it's a business, but it's your family's legacy too. And so that's a big part of what we do, is try to be proud of ourselves and what we do. And so when you work together and you solve problems together, then usually brings you closer together if you persevere long enough. To stay relevant, to stay productive, to stay profitable, it's quite a challenge. The only way to work through it is by having enough information to where you can select to fix any of the problems you think need corrected. The set of tools we have is amazing, really, if you stop to think about it. The thing I've learned through it all is that genetic selection really does work. I mean, if you select for increased fat percent, you will get increased fat percent. I think the Holstein Association, they've kept up with the genetic revolution. They've been able to provide the genetic testing services that are necessary, and also to bring the data needed on our farm to our fingertips. You know, I think our move is going to be to having less replacement heifers and having an older herd. That's why we're selecting for higher health traits along with increased production. The old notion used to be that you couldn't get higher production and improve health traits. I think that's a false notion. From what we're seeing in our current herd is we're seeing good production, improved production, but also improved fertility, improved longevity. Holstein genetics, as they continue to improve in all of the economic traits of importance, they'll continue to outpace all the other breeds. With careful selection, I think there's room for things we haven't even seen these girls do yet.